What's up, YouTube? You know, when you don't just take a moment to yourself every once in a while, you forget how enjoyable it is. I'm just hanging out in Central Park. I just did an interview with Yahoo Finance. I hope I didn't blabble on a little bit too much. But one of the takeaways was how to pronounce VWAP. VWAP, VWAP, VWAP. I think I actually interchange it without even realizing I'm doing it, depending on how I feel. WAP, 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 WAP. We talked about institutional order flow and me getting fired from Saturday Night Live. So it should be on YouTube, on Yahoo Finance as soon as they're done editing. And to the point was, if you're sitting around in front of the desk in a bull market, you're doing this wrong. It took me a long time to realize that. I always imagined if I left the desk, I would miss something. There's nothing to miss. The market never goes down. And, my problem is I leave too much money on the table because I don't really want to have open positions when I leave. So, it is really comical. If you guys are watching my new show in the morning, I do a 5-minute commentary with JC and Steve Straza. And, it really is the same commentary every day. We have one or two stocks that change, but I say, hey, look how cute the market is gapping down as if it's going to go down today. It's not. As soon as the market opens up, buy some calls on the Qs and, buy the ones that are rough. It doesn't even matter now. It doesn't even matter the strike price. You just base it on price now. So let's say the 281 or the 481 is 20 cents or I try to buy something that's under 50 cents. There's not much to choose from, so you have to go a little bit further out of the money, but you're generally doubling your money on these fairly quickly. So it's almost comical. It's to the point where I really do think I'm living the same day over and again. And the joke today was just fill in the blank for the next 4 years. The Qs would have been down today if it wasn't for, and today's Tesla. The Qs would be down tomorrow if it wasn't for Netflix. And that's going to be probably the theme for the next 3 to 4 years. And that's why when I hear Tom Lee putting price targets on the market, those are rookie numbers. We're going to tack on 20% easy each year. And, you're roughly talking about 100% gain. So my price prediction is now above 715. I'm looking at 820, 843 on the Qs. Why work? I enjoy the action. I enjoy teaching people who want to do this in a very specific way. But once you're done with your day, don't sit there. Don't be the guy that's buying into the market in the middle of the day and then getting chopped up and then having it, rip into the close and you're losing money. Nobody should be losing money. I lose money because I short, and that's really been my downfall. Forget that shit. It doesn't work. You can't short. You can't stay short, I should say. And again, today, the Qs were short in the morning, and then you have to understand that if the UVXY is not up, they're just going to turn around and go green. And it's the same day over and over again. I think things will get a little bit more exciting once earnings start to roll in and we'll have more action. But do you need more action? Do you want to make money or do you want the action? You got to decide what you want to do. Are you the degenerate, which I don't mind if you are, but let yourself make the easy money also, at least. Take the easy money. Shorting UVXY and buying the Qs every day is the easy money. So then you want to buy the dip on some Sava, or you want to trade some Chewy and get your ass kicked on the long side by following some schmuck on the internet. This schmuck on the internet was shorting it. Again, I'm anti-Roaring Kitty right now after that video that he did. Look, I'm glad that this guy apparently is a billionaire now. Impressive, right? I don't think it's all in the GameStop, but awesome, good for him. But that was got to be the most annoying thing I've ever watched, and since that moment I was like, I'm rooting against this guy now. I'm not rooting against the concept of the little man making it big and taking on Wall Street and all that stuff, but this idea that you're fighting these shorters out there, this idea that you're out there fighting this monolith creature that's against you, it's bullshit. The mother of short squeezes, that game is over. There's always been short squeezes. It's nothing new. So now what you should do is you should take advantage of the people that still think this is a viable way to trade, like buying into Chewy yesterday on the idea that he's already in it. It's just like when the shorters, Andrew Left and Citron Research and Hindenburg, and I'm a big fan of the Hindenburg. I'm not a fan of Andrew Left, but both of those and all those companies, they're not coming to you before they put the short position on. They're short already. Then they talk about how awful something is, and they're going to cash out on that move that they create. Come on. So what's my point? My point, this roaring kitty guy, next time he says he's got a big position in something, short it, because that's probably the new game. And I hope he doesn't lose all, $250 million that he made, but he's going to. But I think he probably cashed out again on your dime, because if you don't think that power corrupts, of course it does. Of course it does. He was in the stock before he told people he was in the stock, right? So when that thing was at $32, you don't think he's hitting the exit button on something? Taking the short-term profit to cushion the blow if it does sell off? Of course he is. Let's not be silly. I gotta tell you something. I gotta start chilling out more. I'm going to see the ear, nose, and throat guy. Something is definitely wrong with my voice. I think I have talked too much. That's what it is. I have talked myself into just a perpetual sore throat now. So I'm taking it easy. No more yelling. And what's to yell about? What's to get excited about? It's the same day over and over again. Okay? It really is. And that day is an awesome day. If this was a nightmare we were living, we wouldn't want to live the same day. So when earnings season starts, don't forget about the Qs and the UVXY. That's going to be a play forever. But when the banks start rolling in, sure, we'll play the gaps and the reversions. And if you're out there and if you're listening, if there ever comes a time where we get to vote whether they want to keep the markets open 24 hours, please no. We don't want the markets open 24 hours. We don't even want them opening up at 4 a.m. It takes away from the action of the gap. And that's where we make our money, the gap reversion VWAP trade. We need the gap to be faded from the upside, and we need the gaps to be bought from the downside. That's the big trade. That's the main trade that we do. If there was 24-hour action and there was constant flow, there wouldn't be that. They would still get a burst of energy at the open of the regular session, but it wouldn't be exactly the same. So vote no for 24-hour action. They can keep some stocks open, but please no. Please God, no. I don't want to know the market's open at 2 o'clock in the morning and I could go wake up and trade JP Morgan if I wanted to. It's going to be illiquid anyway. No one's going to want to do it. Why bother? All right, good luck. Go sit under a tree.